Hi, welcome. It is the new moon in Leo, and this is such a powerful time for manifesting some fucking magic, right? So, if this is your first workshop with me, thank you so much for joining. The way it's going to work is I'm going to talk you through what is going on in the cosmos currently, how it might be showing up energetically for you. Then we're going to do a quick little bit of breath work together. Then I've got some journaling prompts that you can use to help really kind of deepen your practice. And then I've also got a meditation to seal the session, right? So you can use this as your new moon ritual, or you can just use the little insights to help kind of deepen your own ritual, whatever it is that you want to do, right? So this new moon in Leo, right? There's a lot going on in the cosmos currently, right? So we've got planets that are retrograding. It's a little bit chaotic, I'm not gonna lie, right? But new moons, as you probably already know, are an amazing time for fresh starts, setting intentions, focusing on where it is that we're wanting to go, okay? And the transits are actually really positive around this new moon, right? So like I say, it's a really good time to be doing the inner work and to be kind of really tuning in and delving deep in, kind of unraveling these layers of ourselves, right? So the new moon in Leo, right? Leo energy, Leos are known to be very confident. They're also really generous. So Leo energy is actually associated with the heart chakra, okay? So very kind of heart-centered, and they're also very inspiring, right? Leo is also ruled by the sun. So Leo is now, the sun and the moon are both in Leo. So the sun is in its rulership, okay? Again, very positive things. The sun is associated with how we're supposed to shine, okay? So we're purpose, we're goals. So that's what we really want to be kind of focusing on, is kind of, where soul's purpose, and all that good stuff. I'll explain a little bit more as we go. So Leo is also a fire sign, okay? Fire signs are known to be very enthusiastic, can be very dramatic as well, very creative and very spontaneous. And Leos are also a fixed sign. So fixed signs tend to be very reliable, okay? So fixed energy is very much where you can kind of, stick things out. So you see things through, do you know what I mean? Like, it's easy to just get shit done. And like I said before, very heart-centered, okay? So that's what we're going to be focusing on when it comes to our journaling prompts, and how we're going to be thinking about the intentions that we're setting, and all that good stuff, right? So I'm going to quickly explain the other transits that are happening in the cosmos currently, right? So the sun and the moon are both forming a trine with Saturn. So Saturn is the taskmaster of the zodiac, okay? So it's very much like a feminine, the opposite. It's a very masculine, like getting shit done, like ticking things off type of energy, right? Type of planet. So this can help bring stability, balance, structure, and routine, okay? So it allows to reduce tension, and also can remove obstacles that might be getting in my way when it comes to showing up as our highest self, or our favorite self, right? So it's perfect for setting long-term goals, which is what we're going to be doing today as part of the ritual, right? Because like I say, an amazing time right now to be manifesting, right? Also, the sun and the moon are forming a sextile with Uranus, or Uranus. I don't know how you say it. I like to say Uranus, even though I know it might not be correct, and I can never take it seriously. But anyway, so Uranus is the great awakener, right? And it's known to be very rebellious, right? So around this time, right, so when these kind of transits happen, it can bring increased self-awareness, and courage to try new things. Leo energy is already quite courageous, right? So if you think of the lion, which is the symbol of Leo, it's the fucking king of the jungle, right? So there's there's that confidence there associated with Leo energy anyway. But it is going to bring the courage to try new things with this transit as well, right? It can also bring creativity, and it's just a really nice time to have some fun, right? So let your hair down, try not to take things too seriously. Like, I know that we're sitting here setting our long-term goals and all that kind of stuff, and it can feel really serious when you're sitting thinking of right, what is it, what direction am I wanting to go, what am I wanting to get out of life? But it's also important to not sweat the small stuff, right? And just allow yourself to live your fucking life, right? We're in July, nearly August, we're in summer if you're watching this in the UK. So it's like, yeah, just have some fun. Don't take yourself too seriously. Obviously, it's still important to have that level of discipline. I'm not saying go off the fucking rails, right? But just make sure that you are taking time for the nice stuff, like the good stuff, like spending time with your family. And yeah, just have some fun, man. It's a good time to do so. The planets are saying that we need to have some fun, right? As well, we also have the sun and the moon forming a trine with Neptune. Neptune is the lord of imagination, right? So very much that manifesting, like kind of. So if you think, right, Neptune rules Pisces, and Pisces energy is very dreamy, like I say, very imaginative. So it's a really nice sign for having that belief in what it is that you're wanting to achieve, right? So when this transit comes around, right, it can bring increased empathy. So we might have the urge to want to help others, but also, more importantly, we're going to be a lot more aware of the importance of our own goals and our own needs. So we're able, even though we might have the urge to help others, we've probably got a lot more likelihood, is that the word? I'm really struggling with my words, and I think it's because Mercury is retrograding. You know, the communication. I've been confusing hands for feet in my classes and everything, and now I'm going off on a tangent. What was I even saying? The importance of our own needs, right? So even though we might have that increased empathy, we're still going to be able to set those boundaries and only kind of offer our time, our energy, our services when our cup is filled first. Like, we're going to be able to know that we're able to put ourselves first before we're kind of pouring into others, right? Pouring into you before you're able to pour. That cheesy saying of like, you can't pour from an empty cup, all that kind of stuff, right? So yeah. Also, great time for manifesting because we're going to have our faith strengthened. Like I say, so Pisces is very much, you know, dreamy, imaginative. Neptune rules Pisces, and we're going to have that kind of stronger belief in ourselves. So it's a really good time to take advantage of that. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, sit and think what it is that you're wanting to get from life. You know, the goals that you want to set, what it is that you want to manifest, how you want to feel, how you want to show up in the world, how is it that you want to shine, because we're going to have a lot more kind of faith in ourselves, and that's going to then give out that energy to the world, which is then going to return it back. Okay, so you know, when you think about manifesting, we know that you have to kind of tap into the frequency of what it is that you're wanting to achieve. So the type of person that you're wanting to be, you have to show up as that person already for the universe to then kind of reflect that back. So other things to be mindful of really quickly is, obviously we've got a shit ton of planets retrograding at the moment, right? Mercury being one of them. But we do not need to fret, right? I've had quite a lot of Mercury retrograde chaos. Like today I got a fucking parking ticket, and I'm also, like I say, struggling to get my words out in my classes, but it's just one of those things, right? So when Mercury is retrograding, or retrograde season, it can lead to we're making mistakes, it can lead to having delays, miscommunication with people and emails, technology, all of that kind of stuff. And also, because Mercury is also in Leo as it's retrograding, it might be a little bit more public. So any mistakes that we do make, it might be a little bit more out there, right? So it's just one of those things where you want to just give yourself grace, right? You want to try and practice patience. Just give yourself a time to pause and reflect before you kind of respond and react. That is my biggest tip, right? Is just trying to slow things down, tune in, and any mistakes that we do make, right? Just any mistake that we make, right, is usually there to help either teach us something, it's always there for a reason, right? So it's like, if you make a mistake, it's all right, what can you learn from it, right? We need to make mistakes because that's part of growth, that's part of learning, it's part of progressing. So just embrace them if you do, and you might not make any mistakes as well during this Mercury retrograde season. Whatever it is, just know you're all good. Don't take life too seriously, right? It's not that deep. I mean, it is, but it's not. Anyway, I feel like I'm getting very distracted now. We're going to jump straight into a little bit of breath work so we can get nice and calm, nice and prepared for the journaling prompts, right? So I just want you to get yourself in a nice, comfortable seated position. And I'm going to see if I can maybe just turn my music up a little bit. The quality might not be that good because I haven't got my speaker with us, so I am very sorry if the quality is not that good on the sound, but I just want you to find yourself in a comfortable position, whether that's seated with your legs crossed, you might be sat on a chair, there's no right or wrong way, but I want you to see if you can just lengthen from the crown of the head, right, so clearing the airways, and then once you're lengthened, see if you can just soften into the pose, right, so we don't want to be too rigid, like I say, just allow your shoulders to relax down. Just get nice and comfortable, and we're going to start by popping one hand on my heart and one hand on my belly, and we're going to just start by getting some nice nourishing deep breaths in, right? So when you're ready, I just want you to have a nice big deep breath in through the nose and follow it with a nice long breath out through the mouth. And I just want you to do a couple more breaths like that. Don't worry if you're a little bit faster or slower than mine, that's fine, but just focus on nice big nourishing breaths in and nice long gentle breaths out, and see if you can just make each breath that little bit deeper than the last, right? So your next in breath that little bit deeper, and your next out breath that little bit longer. And then when we're ready, nice and simple, we're going to start counting the breath, right? But we're going to breathe in for the count of 3 and out for the count of 5. So the intention is to lengthen the out breath. So we're going to make the exhale longer than the inhale, and that's going to allow the nervous system to kind of regulate and relax, and it helps just really kind of bring it into the here and now. It helps the heart rate calm down, or slow down as you would say. So when you're ready to, you're going to breathe in for the count of 3 and then breathe out for the count of 5. And don't worry if you get distracted, just gently bring yourself back to the counts when you've noticed that you've got distracted. And you might want to continue with this breath work, the 3 to 5, or you might want to see if you can lengthen. So start breathing in for 4 and breathing out for 6. And then when you're ready to, just let your breath go back to its natural rhythm. Relax your arms and your shoulders down. Maybe give your shoulders a nice little shake, maybe give them a little twist, move in any way that feels good for the body, right? So we're going to move into the journaling prompts now, right? I've got 5 of them, and you can pause the video and delve through the prompts as we go, or you might just want to write down the questions and delve into them a little bit deeper later on. You might want to come back to them during the week. I know that it's nice to just look at these journaling prompts for this full moon cycle, so for the next 4 weeks just really kind of delve deep into these questions, right? So journaling prompt number 1, I'm just going to turn this down a little bit as well, so you can hear us chat on. Okay, journal prompt number 1, right? If I wasn't afraid of failing, what bold goal would I commit to for the next 6 to 12 months? So this is related to setting those long-term goals, if you haven't noticed, right? So if I wasn't afraid of failing, what bold goal would I commit to for the next 6 to 12 months? Okay, journal prompt number 2. What does it mean to truly lead from the heart, and how can I embody that more this lunar cycle? Okay, so I'll just repeat it one more time. What does it mean to truly lead from the heart, and how can I embody that more this lunar cycle? So when I say lunar cycle, I'll mean these next 4 weeks. It's roughly about 4 weeks that we'll have a full moon cycle. I think it's like 28 to 29 days. Until the next new moon, basically, right? And And again, this is very much focusing on that Leo energy, heart-centered, and focusing on that leadership, very much Leo energy focused. I feel like I'm not getting my words out very well, but we're all good. We're cracking on. Okay, journaling prompt number 3. What qualities make me magnetic? Where am I not owning or celebrating these enough, right? So what qualities make me magnetic? So what qualities do you have that attract people to you? And where am I not owning or celebrating those enough? So again, this is about kind of, because we're going to have this increased self-awareness, right, around this new moon, it's a really good time to focus on the positive qualities that you have, because I feel as though, right, we live in a society now where it's so easy to just pick ourselves apart, right? Really easy to compare yourself to other people. We're constantly fed this image or this idea of what success is or what the perfect fucking body or life is, right? And it doesn't exist. So it's really easy for it to kind of compare and judge and be really self-critical in today's society. And it's really not that often, or it's not that easy for it to actually notice, like, actually, that's a really good quality that I have, and owning it. Because sometimes as well, when we do these type of journaling prompts, or when we do this type of work and we're focusing on the things that make me feel good, sometimes like we have that subconscious thought of like, oh God, like, because sometimes when someone's positive about themselves, automatically be like, oh God, they love themselves, they're full of themselves and all this kind of thing. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with loving yourself, because if you don't love yourself, then who the fuck will? Do you know what I mean? It's like the energy, if you're wanting to have genuine love from your friends and your family, when you're giving out energy of like, you know, this positive thing, this is why you want to be my friend, this is why you want to be my lover, whatever it is, you know, you've got to know what it is that you offer to people, and then use that, especially like in business, in relationships, just in life in general, right? It's really good to just acknowledge the good parts of you, because, you know, it's all about that self-love. And like I say, it's very easy for it to go the other way and be aware of what it is that we maybe want to change or what we want to improve and all of that kind of stuff. Like if you're on a personal development journey, sometimes you can get caught on that rabbit wheel of constantly chasing better, more healed, more money, more whatever it is, and just stop and fucking smell the roses and just know, like, and understand and appreciate and acknowledge how far you've already come and what you've already learned, what you've already embodied, the knowledge that you have, like the love that you hold. Like, yeah, sorry, I'm going off on a big tangent again. Ignore us. Well, don't ignore us, but like, you know. Oh, I need to just shut up. Okay, journal prompt number 4, right? If my life was a movie, what chapter would I be writing now? And what would the next plot twist be? This is a good one. I like this one. So I'm just going to repeat it one more time, right? So if my life was a movie or a film, I feel very American when I say movie. If my life is a film, right, or a movie, what chapter would I be writing now, and what would the next plot twist be? Oh. Do it for the plot twist. And again, this can be in relation to that rebellious side. Not rebellious, it doesn't have to be rebellious. This is not me saying go off the rails or anything like that, but yeah, like what direction are you wanting to take things next, basically? So if you were watching the film of your life now, what would you be screaming at, saying like, fucking hell, just do this, just do that, like da-da-da. That's kind of where that idea comes from. Okay, anywho, we're going to move on to journaling prompt number 5, the last of the journaling prompts, right? What are my new moon intentions for the next 4 weeks? So you're basically going to set your new moon intentions, right? So how do you intend to feel this next 4 weeks? How do you intend to show up? What do you intend your daily habits to look like? What do you intend to achieve? What foods do you intend to eat? You don't have to go into obviously this much detail, but in relation to what it is that you're wanting to welcome in. So you know, when we were talking about if you weren't afraid of failing, what goal would you want to set for the next 6 to 12 months? how are you going to create that? So how are you going to build that? What kind of things, so what kind of actions are going to allow you to tap into the frequency of the person who's achieved that goal? If that makes any sense. Okay, so those are the training prompts. Enjoy delving deep. We're going to move into a meditation next, and bear with us, I am just going to quickly grab my bottle of water, which I left over there because I'm thirsty. And we're going to go into the meditation, so I got to clear these airways. Okay, so we're going to find yourself in a comfortable position. You might want to be lying down for this. You might want to stay seated. It's not going to be too long or anything like that. This is always something that you can come back to as well if you felt like you wanted to. And again, I'm just going to see if I can turn my music up. Again, I'm sorry if the quality is not the best. I will have my speaker for the upcoming workshops. So yeah, apologies for that. Okay. So, like I say, begin by finding yourself in a comfortable position, whether you're sat, you might be lying down. No right or wrong way to do this, as long as you're comfortable. And then once you're there, you might just want to gently close down your eyes, let your hands rest softly. You might even want to pop one hand back on your heart, one hand on your belly if you wish. And just start by taking a nice big deep breath in through the nose, and then exhale out the mouth. And then we'll do that 2 more times. So a nice big deep breath in, and a nice long breath out. Last one, so inhaling deeply, big breath in, and then big breath out, exhaling fully and completely. And then just allowing your breath to go back to its natural rhythm. And maybe just start tuning into the body. So you might focus on the ground beneath you, fully supporting you. And just try and let your breath slow, let your mind soften. And just know for the next 5 minutes or so, we've got nowhere else to be, we've got nothing else to do. And now I invite you to bring your awareness to your heart space. You might want to even imagine a soft glowing light, a golden light in the center of your chest, like a warm sun rising behind your ribs. This is the light of your soul. This is your inner fire, your truth, your highest self. And just try and let this light grow with each breath, expanding throughout your entire body. So with every breath in, it's expanding. With every breath out, it's expanding. And just feel it travel down your arms, right down to your fingertips, down your spine, into your belly, your hips, flowing all the way down to your legs, your feet, your toes. And just try and allow this golden light to surround your entire body. A warm, radiant aura of confidence, courage, and love. This is Leo energy. It's bold, it's magnetic, and it's led by the heart. And now I invite you to call in your intentions. So the vision that you journaled about before, whether it's the long-term dream, the big goal that you have, or it might just be how you're intending to feel and how you're intending to show up for this next 4 weeks. And just try and say it clearly in your mind's eye, as if it's already real, it's already happening. What does your life look like with this dream, with this intention fully manifested? Whereabouts are you? Who are you with? How does it feel in the body, in your heart? And just take a few breaths, take a few moments to fully step into this version of you. The version of you that already has it, who already is it. And just let it be really clear, really vivid in your mind. And you might want to maybe imagine a smile on your face as you focus on this version of you. And then I'm just going to give you some affirmations, some mantras that you might want to just repeat in your head after I've said them. You might want to repeat them out loud, or you might just want to listen and let the affirmations soak in. So, I am ready to receive. I fully believe in my vision. Everything I desire is already on its way to me. I am magnetic, I am radiant, and I am powerful. I lead with love, courage, and authenticity. And then for these last few moments, you might just want to allow those words to ripple through every cell in your body. Let them land in your bones and let yourself become the energy of that dream, of that intention. And just bask in the frequency of your future. And just know that by taking the time out now to sit and think about it, visualize it and feel it, what you desire is already aligning and it's already unfolding for you. And then when you're ready to, you might just want to bring a little bit of gentle movement into the body. You might want to give the shoulders a nice little shake, maybe roll your head side to side, moving any way that feels good. You might want to bring your hands to your heart if they're not there already. And just have a nice big deep breath in through the nose. Follow it with a nice long breath out through the mouth. And then maybe just gently let your eyes open if you've had them closed. And yeah, just welcome in any movement that feels good for the body. I hope you enjoyed the workshop. I'm really looking forward to adding a little bit more into the workshops going forwards, okay? So I'm going to add a yoga flow, so a beginner friendly yoga flow that's going to help invite in, that's going to allow it to align with the energies that are going on during the new moon and the full moon. So I'm really excited for that. I am going to pop some information on the YouTube description over the next couple of days of how you can get involved with the workshops going forwards. This will be the last free workshop that I'm going to pop on my page. And if you are wanting to delve a little bit deeper into this new moon cycle, okay, so the new moon in Leo, working with fire, okay, so you might want to set a candle, right, hang on, I'm really struggling with my words, start again. You might want to pop a candle on, okay, write your intentions down, pop the intentions underneath the candle, and then you can either watch the flame, okay, whilst you're focusing on the intentions, what it is that you want to welcome in, what it is that you want to manifest currently, as you watch the flame, or you can always have your eyes closed, and then once you feel like you're ready to, you can just blow the candle out and allow the flame to go to the universe, and then just put your trust in the universe, knowing that the message is out there, okay? So that is a nice way to kind of delve into the journaling prompt. Obviously, if you've got oracle cards, you might want to pull some cards. If you've got your moon cards, that's always something good to do. If not, I hope you enjoyed the prompts and everything, and yes, I will hopefully see us on the workshops going forwards, but if not, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy this moon cycle. I hope all of your blessings and all of your manifestations come true, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you so much for joining. Goodbye.